So now I want to talk about, okay, if the Iranians are going to use asymmetrical warfare, what would it look like? And the answer is this. When the Americans invade, okay, the war started. Before the invasion, the Iranians must do 4 things if it is to prevail in the war, okay? And this is what we call the Iran strategy matrix. Okay? The Iran strategy matrix means that from now on, everything they do must fit into the strategy matrix. Okay? It must accomplish the objectives of the strategy matrix. So the first thing it must do is unite the population. Okay? Second thing it must do is build alliances. And the third thing is win global opinion. And the fourth is weaken the enemy. So these are the 4 major goals of Iran. And it must accomplish all 4 goals if it is to survive an invasion, okay? So from now on, everything that Iran does will be to accomplish all 4 goals, okay? And this is part of asymmetrical warfare. Does that make sense? All right. Now let's look at a concrete example. And the concrete example is Operation True Promise. Why did Iran design Operation True Promise the way it did? And the answer is to accomplish all 4 goals, right? The first is unite the population. And the idea here is Iran needed to show its population that Iran can strike back against Israel, okay? So that's the first thing. Build alliances. Striking Israel is showing its allies and to China and Russia that Iran is willing to fight, okay? Win global opinion. Now, what Iran said is, we designed the strike to not cause damage in Israel. And the reason why is it wants to win global opinion, right? If it throws all these missiles and rockets at Israel and it kills a lot of people, then there'll be a lot of people sympathetic towards Israel. So the attack was designed not to cause any casualties. Okay, does that make sense? All right? And if you are an observer, you think that what Iran did was right because it's a sense of fairness and justice, right? What Israel did was wrong. It attacked an embassy of Iran in Damascus. That is against international law. And Iran, to save face, to pursue justice, threw some rockets at Israel. Okay? So most people think that Iran's response showed restraint, and it was a measured response. Okay, does that make sense? Right? And the last thing is weaken the enemy. Why would this weaken the enemy? Well, because after Iran attacked Israel, Israel wanted to show a strong response, okay? The reason why is that Israel has a policy of disproportionality. So Israel is committed to disproportionality. So what does that mean? It means that if you kill one Israeli, they'll come and kill about 100 of you, 1,000 of you, okay? If you throw one rocket at them, they'll throw 1,000 rockets at you. And the idea here is deterrence, right? To make you afraid of Israel so you would not dare to think to attack Israel. Okay? So when Iran attacked Israel for the first time, by the way, this is the first time that Iran has attacked Israel, then Israel was committed to a disproportionate response. Who stopped Israel from a disproportionate response? Who? Yes, why? Why would the United States say, Israel, do not strike back disproportionately? Why would the United States do that? Yeah, okay. So the United States cannot afford right now to fight another war. And also, if the United States were to fight a war, it would have to do so by itself, okay? NATO would not involve itself. The Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Jordan would not involve themselves either, okay? So the United States had to restrain Israel, and so this is creating conflict between Israel and the United States, okay? So that's why, so in other words, from a military dominance perspective, Operation True Promise accomplished nothing, okay, because you blew nothing up. But from an asymmetrical warfare perspective, you accomplish all your 4 major goals. And that's why the Iranians claimed success. And you can make the argument that from a strategy perspective, it was a very successful operation.